And he makes that judgment.
He wouldn't last a week out there without his
Exactly.
army and his supplies.
Exactly. But now those words that are written there, still are there 300 years later and could still, I mean, if anybody cared, could impact.
The greatest negative writing that still exists are the papal bulls, which means the Pope in 1502 says to the kings and queens of England, go forth and convert all these people to Christianity. If they do not convert, kill them and seize their lands. That's a papal bull that still exists. So our nice Pope right now, he's trying to look good, but he will never say and take that down. That's how bad it is. That's how bad it is, because if you look at the Vatican wealth, a lot of it came from residential schools, missions, all these things for they're still doing it.
Yes. You got the leader of all Christians, or all Roman Catholic Christians, okay. And I was raised a Christian. I happen to know that one of the basic tenets of Christianity is tolerance, and the other is sharing. And he goes to visit these South American countries and tells them, don't use birth control. God told me he really doesn't like it when you prevent making babies. And then he goes back to his city, which is his own, he lives in alone, with his handmade shoes and his gold watch and his ring that everybody has to kiss. And he doesn't feel badly about all those women and children that he just left starving in another country. And forcing them to go down that path more, further. I don't understand why the believers don't shake themselves free of that.
Well, it's coming. It's coming. There's changes everywhere on the earth, consciousness, and all these things will come to a head. But how do you want it to proceed from that? And that's really a beautiful statement about the Occupy movement. They're passive, and they're saying all these things we have to deal with. And that's what really got the authorities, the government, the mayors off guard, is they've said everything that's wrong, and we have to figure it out what they're going to do next. So Tokyo, I salute you, Tokyo. Japan, Occupy Japan and Tokyo. They named their two demands. Their two demands are no nukes, no proliferation, no storage, no generation on the islands of Japan.
Good.
And the second one, Japan, do not join the Asia-Pacific Partnership, which is basically...
That European. Oh, it's another thing trying to spiral...
It's basically like NAFTA.
Yeah.
Same thing, only in the Asiatic countries. And I don't think that's going to happen because the Asians are just too smart.
Oh, I hope so. And just look at what happened with the European...
And Japan is moving to decommission all their nukes. And they know that they really messed up because of what has happened in Fukushima.
Yeah.
But, on the other hand, at least the Occupy 90%, and those were some of the biggest crowds that the media did not report. We're talking 35, 40,000 at peaceful events. Japanese saying, we have to do something.
Yeah.
So, it's my suggestion to all the Occupy movements all over the world. Pick your fight, make your point, and do something. Make them do something about it.
Right. Okay. And that's a good point, is be succinct. Have it down to, like you say, two demands which were really easily defined and identified.
Everybody can relate to it. And
good for everybody as well.
Solutions of what can be done about it.
Yes. And so then, I guess what you're saying is, it's one thing for me just to sit here and be so frustrated and so angry at everybody, but now think the next step.
Yeah,
okay, if you don't like what's going on, how do you make it go?
We've gone through the birthing process now, and like most of us from the old school, and a lot of them from the new school, it's time to take some of that mom's milk and grow, the best way possible, So that's really what is going to happen next. And I have every faith that it's going to be okay. Because, mankind has the ability. We're smart enough to get through all of the problems we have. There's 7 billion of us. Somebody's got to have a couple of right ideas.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Good point. I think this is, that's very true. Lots of people actually may have really, really good solutions.
Exactly, and they're starting to come out. A lot of, because, especially like Japan's another example, because of what has happened, it's really affected their ability to produce goods that the West wants.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, they have to look at their island, and they have to create really powerful things that are sustainable from what is there without poisoning themselves.
Yeah. And the rest of Mother.
The rest of the world. Yeah.
Yeah, really, because that's, like, I feel that those kinds of things, if you want to run nuclear power, you should have to present it to the rest of the world, and we should be able to say, no, you can't have, like, why would you have nuclear power plants in Japan?
Well, it came from the United States.
It's an island, and it's on a fault.
Yeah, it came from the United States. It's basically the United States imposing the nuclear industry upon them so that they might be able to put goods for trade, right? Their partners. And again, the design of these power plants, where did they come from? Good old USA. There's a lot of these old plants in the United States that are the exact replica of the Fukushima plant.
Okay.
So nothing is infallible to be seen right now because it has happened.
Yeah, it does.
And it is still going on.
Yeah.
So again, we got a lot of smart people over there, but they still haven't figured out how to really cap the leak that is coming out of those power plants. And it's poisoning the ocean over there. And the Japanese love their fish.
That's the other thing. Well, and okay, it's poisoning the ocean over there, and the ocean goes all the way around the world. And I'm kind of worried about our friends in Haida Gwaii, because they're
going to get hit with all the debris pretty quick here.
Yeah.
And it takes that long to get over here, but it's going to come within next 6 months. It's going to start washing up on the shores. That's just reality of what the Earth is, right? And we're seeing all of these things globally. Hurricanes, floods. That's the Earth responding to climate change.
Mm-hmm.
And we're perpetrating climate change.
Yeah.
Especially Alberta. That's,
yes.
Wake up, people. There's an election coming. Wipe the slate clean, and let's get some real thinkers in there.
That's what I say. And the same to the Ottawa, the Occupy people. It's like, okay, a year and a half ago or a half a year ago, we went to the polls and virtually nobody wanted to go out and make sure that Stephen Harper did not get in. And now he's got a majority because many of us didn't go out. Like, please, everybody remember, in 3.5 or 4 years, if we are still in a democracy, because I don't believe that Stephen Harper I don't put it past him to prevent us having an election. I want everybody to promise me they're going to grab their grandmothers and their 10 best friends and go out and vote.
Predicts.
Okay, here we go.
Before the end of 1 year from this point, Stephen Harper will be toppled.
How?
By his own means.
Oh, I hope so. Oh, you heard it here first.
CJSR.
You betcha, Moccasin Telegraph. We got the goods for you. We will just tell you that you are listening to Moccasin Telegraph on CJSR. It is CJSR's Aboriginal call-in show, and we are honored with Mr. Duane Goodstriker in the on-air booth. Please feel free to call, talk, question, comment, anything you fancy.
How about a tune?
Let's hear a tune. I've got one stacked up here from the 30th annual Kamloops Powwow.
Cool.
Yeah. So we'll give that a listen and give you some time to possibly give us a call at 780-492-2577.